Hello, in the world we are many, many people. According to the official censuses, we are, I think, already more than 8 billion people. Therefore, there are many of us. We are many, many souls living in this place. But of those 8,000 million that have a special kind of interest to the energy, it's not so many people. So it's not a secret. I've been watching some comments from people that are sending me things and asking, this is like a technique, and they ask me about the methodology and if it has similarities with different techniques that already exist nowadays in the healing field. When I look at those techniques to inform myself, I look all those methodologies, I see that many of them follow patterns of repetitions. You have to do repetitions. There are some that follow patterns of almost spells. Some are of invocations to higher deities to help you to connect with your higher self, with your transcendental self, with your double. That's why I decided to make this video. The methodology that I teach is nothing like that. You are not going to do repetitions, not going to invoke anyone, and you will not use any symbology. None of these things going to be used. It's you, the energy, and your consciousness. It's nothing more because with that I say nothing more is the entire universe. All the universe, everything that you are is in there. Therefore, is no need to do any of that. There is no need to look for the cat's 3 feet. God doesn't need his own creations to be able to manifest himself in all his power. When the people explore what the world of energy is, many of them they realize the fluctuations, that many times they notice things and then go for a long time ago without noticing anything. The human being has something very curious and it's the internal channel. That is very curious because is compared with the rest of energetic body, it's very small. It's not matching the perceptions and the flows. Therefore, we realized that using the lineage skill of channel weighting, this was changed, and that when the methodology was used in the correct way, something special was happening, and that was those moments in which one was that is energy, every time was most common until reaching a point where you day by day life took precedence that feelings in that position regarding the world around you. That is the goal, let's say, the primary goal of the methodology that it's teached. To be in a 20-day hours day, more hours being God and less hours being the Homo sapiens. I think the time has become to move on from what is spiritual at a low cost. That I'm referring it's a spirituality of repetition, spirituality of invocation, etc., etc., to really be a real spirituality, a spirituality where you really have what you demand, which is precisely the awakening of yourself, of your real self. What do you have hidden behind the scenes? The poor is there, and little by little are going to wake it up. When we come down from the tree, this body, it said that before was an animal, and that it came down from a tree, that animal is not us. That animal may have a consciousness that might be evolved, and now is that ego that we name so many times, but what is the ego? The ego is the character that has been manufactured little by little. It is nothing more like that. A fabrication. This fabrication, that it's a very important part, we don't have to dissolve it. Some methodologies talk about dissolve or destroy that ego. No, it's not working like that. For you to see the similarity, the computers, what are the computers? The computers are printed circuits, are chips, processors that work at certain level. If we extrapolate this to the future computers in which they tell us the current computing is going to be very obsolete, the actual informatic processing is saying you that the computers will work at a very different level. Your brain can be like a traditional computer or like a quantum computer. You have to treat the brain as a quantum computer to transcend who you really are. In the methodology, we do that. The brain is important. The physical brain, we don't have to crash it. We don't have to turn off anything. All the opposite. If you are in the right place, your brain will go from being something binary. So, for you to understand me, the comparison to something quantum with something unlimited. The word quantum is also today it's very prostituted. It's it everywhere. If you see, it's almost one of the first time that I named it because I had to name it now to do this comparison. But if you realize it is for the loaves of bread that you are going to buy, to say that are quantum loaves of bread, because the quantum is about everywhere, but it's fully understood what is quantum. If you want to give it a name, you can give it a name, but I like more the infinite better, your infinite power, your potential power, something that doesn't have beginning or end, that has no place. Where you move, you are in that place. No matter where you go, you can't escape from yourself. Okay? The creation was made in a perfectly way. Therefore, there is nothing imperfect in the creation itself. What is the creation? The only thing is not understanding in how it works. You have at your hands the infinite, but we became finite by our perception and our recognition on how our reality works. We are completely limited. We see the reality like a donkey that carry those types of structures that I don't know how they're called, when the vision is 360 degrees. You are much more than what you are saying. And when you wake up, you realize what you are saying is a speck of dust compared with the immensity of what you are. It's very important that you understand that you are much more than a reflection in a mirror. You are much more than a vision of a family, of a friends. You are much more than fears, your believings, limiting believings. You are much more than they have told you. You are that big that there is no measure that can give you value. This is my reflection of today. I will try to do more reflections more often so that you can understand from my perspective how the reality is working nowadays and how you can do it to improve it. Your to stay in this world, and another thing is more mobile than you can think. These realities you can write. The methodology that it's teach it's simple. You just need to do and follow all the steps. And as you progress and you live a path complete, you go to the next, to the next, and to the next. It's you learning to be yourself. It you are very big, you are immense. Never disrespect yourself believing that you cannot do some kind of things. If you have the desire and you do the things that need to be done from the methodology, you will realize that without haste but without pause, you will grow your perception. Your perception will be increased. Thank you to be here. Thank you for listening me. Whether or not it was resonated with you, but it's my sharing and my feelings today. A big hug. Thank you very much.